So if you get hired to be a translator for a K-pop concert for a certain city, it's usually for production. So that means translating for the director who's in charge of lights or sound or VJ or screen. So it all depends. And I would say it's not that hard. You would think that there's a lot of technical terms that you would need to know, but from my experience, it's not that much. I think the hardest job that I had to do was translate for the artist during the show. That was the hardest and worst experience I've been through. So I ended up being a show translator for a tour, and I was not supposed to do that at all. The touring company did not hire enough people for this, so I ended up doing it. But there's basically a script that's put together, and I translated those beforehand. And of course, the artist is not going to follow through the script 100% of the time. They're going to say whatever they want to say, but along the same context. And it's a lot of work because you have to translate on the spot. And it's very exhausting by the end of the show because you're using your brain so much because you have to hear what they're saying and translate right away. For the tour that I was a show translator for, the first show, I did not know what to expect, but it was the worst show that I did for show translation because I was given earphones and I could not hear what the members were saying at all because the crowd was screaming so much that all I could hear is the crowd. And I would be getting text on my phone saying, "Why aren't you translating?" And I would be like, "I can't hear what the members are saying." And so like as the tour went on, as we went to more cities, they tried to like fix the problem and get me better earphones and whatnot. So it did get better. And at one of the cities, one of the members had said 곰탕, and I couldn't think of what that was. Like I knew it was a type of soup, but I couldn't think of what kind of meat soup it was. And so the production director next to me, he said chicken. I knew for a fact it was not chicken, but I just said chicken soup. Yeah, so that happened. And then, so for the last show of the tour, they were able to find someone to translate during the show. And there were some issues, but it still worked out. But ever since that incident, anytime someone says show translator to me, I was like, no, I can't do that. Now I notice that tours normally have a show translator to go on tour with them because they want to stay consistent with like the translations and stuff. So I don't think I've come across anyone looking for a show translator except one touring company.